I'll let you know. Peace, 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 and motherfucking black motherfucking power. Don't ever forget that. Welcome back to Rebels Roundtable. I'm Rebel with a cause.
Black Power Bang.
And this is Rebels Roundtable. Come sit black and have a seat with us. It's on once again. Black Power Bang in the building.
What's the deal, Brody?
You, me,
deal?
always us, never them.
Man, listen. Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. I be working a lot, man. I be getting off late, you know what I mean? But this time I got off at appropriate time, and I'm like, man, I gotta tap in. I can't keep missing these. You feel me?
Yeah. You missed last week. It's all good. We touched on the polite joint, you know what I mean? Sad. That's why I wrote, it's a sad day for the conscious community because we lost a powerful brain. I know we can't defend what he did, but the cracker got to be laughing because y'all just lost another powerful brain, and those are hard to come by. So that's why I felt it. Because we lost
for me,
more brain
think
power.
about it though. What you just said is hard to come by. Why?
Nobody want to study no more. Nobody want to sit at the feet. We don't got students no more. We got everybody's a teacher, man.
I think they hard to come by because we don't have a system that develop it. And that's another thing with another organization that I'm working with to try to get us a situation to where we develop more of us to be able to develop it. You know what I mean? They don't just pop up and grow. No, you got to develop it.
I might argue that because we don't got to reinvent the wheel, my G. The lectures are already made. The books are already linked. The scholars are already, they put it down already. If you got Netflix, you could find Walter Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you got IG, you should know who John Henry Clark is. The problem is we personalize our come up. So Black Power Banger, agree or disagree with this. When Banger was learning, when he was coming up, he turned off half the world so he can gather the black informational power.
No, real talk. I had to turn away from the life I was used to.
Exactly. And that's the problem, if you ask me. Everybody's so damn distracted on this surface level, which they acting like is the roof, but they so distracted on the surface level, they can't turn the world off enough to even get this knowledge. I'm talking about really get the knowledge, not tell me you know about Ivan Van Sertima. So are you Ivan Van Sertima, Margie? When you with your wife, are you Ivan Van Sertima? Do you handle your business online of that logic? So nah, man, a lot of black people don't put in enough work to even get it. You can't just get this power on it.
No, I feel what you're saying. I do.
You gotta put in the work like this college, G. You know how college go, right? You got all the tests, you gotta read these books, you gotta buy those books, you gotta spend all your money, you can't go to the club because you gotta get your degree, right? So the freedom degree is not free. You're trying to free your mind and your soul, right? All while you still sitting in this matrix. That's not free. You got to cut off the matrix to get this power, man. So I tell all students to turn the world off. You got it.
So do the matrix produce anything or produce a certain type of people?
Yes. In what context? In this context or just in general?
So for example, gangs, street gangs.
Mhm.
How do you become part of a street gang? Are you born like it, or do you go watch a teacher, or is it a way that they have a production process? You hang with it, you become like them, you merge into the culture, right?
If you ask me that real quick, keep coming with it. But I think it's your surrounding area, right? So
All
when
right,
your
now.
cousins are
Mhm,
Crip,
mhm.
your brother's a Crip, you're gonna be a Crip.
That's a production process.
Yes, sir.
Now, how many families is like your cousin or RBG, your brother or RBG, so you gonna become an RBG? Where is that at?
It's very small because I'm sure everybody could argue. They put a lot of people down. You know what I mean? We wake up a lot of people, but that system, nah, we don't got that. One can singularly create it in his own space, in her own space, but we don't have it. We're not just popping them out.
That's what I was talking about. That how do we create that? How do we create that reproduction process to where, like for example, my little cousin locked up in prison, and I was trying to give him this information. He banged on me, man. I ain't no revolutionary. I ain't know none of that. I don't know. But I'm just steady at it, chipping away at him, chipping away at him. Right now, he can't help but to see the information in all the world around him. And he's calling, tapping in 2-3 times a day because he said, I talked to my father and I don't want to be like him. Man, I'm talking to, he said he talked to my uncle and he was like, I can't really even talk to him. Now he understand that there's no mental growth in the gang life. That is, you could only grow so far and you get stunted. And he also came to another revelation to where it's like I was operating off the same, like basically the same playbook as when I came in here. You know what I mean? He in there squabbing, taking off on stuff, stabbing up CEOs. He thought he was doing something, and he was only growing so far. So I'm still giving him this RBG knowledge, and now it's clicking with him. He feel like a burden was lifted off his shoulders. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe we need a spot where we at like a 125th Street where the children could be like, I used to see y'all out there all the time. They grow up now, they out there. You know what I mean?
See, that's the problem. You are 1,000,000% correct, but that's the problem now. It's so much distraction. Nobody's outside.
Right.
Back when we had that,
Right.
like brothers like us, we was kind of shunning the internet when it first came. So we knew not to get on the internet. Maybe that was detrimental to our mission, seeing what the internet did, but nobody wanted to simulate. You know what I mean? So it had to be raw, right in your face, flesh to flesh. You know
100.
what I mean?
100.
That's why I led this off with, if little homie you talking about, if he know where Pornhub is, right? He got to be able to find Malcolm X's autobiography. You only gonna find what you're looking for. You feel what I'm saying? All of them is distracted. This white man game got like they invoke all your emotions, right? So how much is sex on the table all day?
A lot.
Okay, sex wasn't on our table all day. That's why we read so many books. IG, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all of those other sites where you could get girls at, Rumble and Tinder and all that. They're in the mass distraction zone. You got to be God body to even break this code. Or you got to get put in a headlock by somebody who loves you, that's conscious, like you doing the little homie. I'm sure you kept jabbing back at him. And you won that exchange. The problem is we don't got enough people doing that exchange. As soon as you tell somebody, yo, you sleep, you gotta wake up, they want to fight. The instinct is to defend where they were. Although they know it's not in a good spot, they still gonna defend it. So we need more people ready to have that level of fight, intellectual war. You got to prove to them that they on some clown shit, and it's part of the white man's plan. So if you could get them to even understand that, I've seen a lot of people snap out of it, but it come with that fight though, and it's not in one day. You know what I mean? Shit could be in a week, shit could be in a month, shit could be in a year. Some people is one day, you know what I mean? Very few, but we need more. Look, if we the students of the gods, we have to be the teachers. I'll tell all conscious people, yo, you a teacher, my G. You don't have to be John Henry Clark, but your little niece, you need to be John Henry Clark to her.
Right.
Then once you John Henry Clark to her, now go get John Henry Clark and give him to her. You know what I mean? It's a brain game. So, and look, we working against 24-hour matrix going at their brain. And we only get what, an hour a week, a few hours a week when it's 24/7.
I mean, that's because we got to be Neo as well. You know, like in the Matrix, now they got Neo. Neo went into the Matrix. So we got to have those personalities that's on IG. You know what I mean? Jumping in, putting comments so you could be seen and start to be known in social circles that's on the internet. Like for example, in I utilize groups like the Wabos to my benefit. The reason being is Batman, what would Batman be without Joker? What would Jesus be without Satan? You know what I mean? So having an opposition now, what we're talking about is the information. So now we take our information and we go to war with it. They saying that Pan-Africanism is dead. Oh, we ain't Africans. Oh, we really Indians. I just seen one of the things that they did today. They talking about how they're actually, basically it was low-key saying they was Europeans. You know what I mean? Then they also had an idea that they enslaved the Europeans. They giving out information totally backwards.
Yep.
It's false. So with them giving out false information like that, now that gives us a chance to jump in there and give all the language that they use in gangster rap, the language they use in the streets, and put it with this knowledge. Now it sounds like something I'm used to. It kind of sounds like gangster rap, but you feel me? It's the same thing. So when Black Power banging is a war for black against black to get black back black. It ain't necessary war with other races. I'm at war with the nigga mindset.
But who created that nigga mindset? That's what all people got to understand. You're not just in a world. You don't just get to live. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's too easy. That can't be the answer. That you just eat shit and sleep. That can't be the answer of why you hit. That make the white man game go clear though, because he don't got to do too much. There's only a few rebels. You know what I mean? Right. Everybody else is conforming. So Uh, like I said, man, everybody who claim consciousness, even though I don't think everybody who claim consciousness is conscious, for the lack of better words, we need everybody to teach. These people are scared of these young brothers. They scared of these sisters. Look how we letting the young sisters run amok. Nobody say nothing to them. At least you could save the girls. If you scared of the dude who might have the 45 on him, the girls don't got the 45 on them. Why y'all not saving them? Why y'all letting Sexy Red get to them and Glorilla and all of these bad examples?
Now, when it come to that, 100, I think we have to back up from that. And our, with us, is we have to show the attraction to the sisters that's not on that. But with the situation we in now, we got to get the man in line. We need sisters on the front line, getting the sisters in line. You know what I mean? Because of things like feminism, us going against feminism only kind of reinforce it. You know what I mean? It got like a vibranium against us. So, but when you got sisters like Six the Goddess out there pushing like you need your man and this and that, you know what I mean? That's like, you know what I mean? She penetrate all the defenses. A sister saying this now. And now when a man is embracing the sister, now the sister's looking, now it'll be counterproductive if she get with a brother and the brother be exactly the nigga. You know what I mean? Now, so we have to make sure we keep the man in check and put them in a position to be able to treat our sisters right. So that way we won't help produce them and propel them into that direction. You know what I mean? But try to stop the sisters from it, bro. I don't think we could do that. We need our queens for that.
Before Sundiata the Great in the building, let me say this. Salute.
Zulu.
Son could contest to this. We try our best. All of us are married, right? So wherever we go, you see our queens with us, right? Our goddesses with us. You could see the respect, you could see the level, you could see the praise, you could see the protection, you could see the connection. I see a lot of girls at our events or wherever I be at when we be out there, and I see them looking. They kind of puzzled at the fact that there's still some real patterns in existence, and everything ain't just free based. You know what I mean? Thirsty. You know what I mean? We don't come off thirsty to none of the women there. We show them respect. We talk. The sexual energy is low because we already conquered that. You feel me? So you're dealing with a lot of people who ain't developed yet. This is why the cracker tricks work on them, because it's like giving cake icing to a 2-year-old and just let them eat cake icing. You know they about to get cavities. So when you the little baby, you just taste all that sweetness and you love it. That's where they got most of our people, you know, in that little metaphor to me. But I don't think the sisters could do it. Let me take that back. Let me qualify that. Because we don't got enough sisters banging back similar to the males. It seems like we have a little amount of warrior queens banging on the game than we have male warriors. So we need more warrior queens to come out of the woodworks.
Right.
And demand that the level be held. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. It's a lot of work we need to do, but it comes from a personal effect. If you ask me, it comes from you coming to my birthday party and you see my little nephews, you could tell they not conscious, right? Not mine, but if they were, I need Banger to go over there and talk to them. They might not listen to rap, but if they think Banger is cool, Banger could get some essence in there. Sundiata could get some essence in there.
Right,
We
right.
all need to attack that brain that we know the white man got under lock. And no matter what the response is, kind of keep jabbing at it because they got too many outs. We old, we corny. That's back in the day. Black power failed us. That's not how it is now. They got so many outs, and none of that's true.
This is the fact. This is the fact. As a matter of fact, they are seeing it, even though they don't want to believe it or accept it, as it comes forward over and over again. We're in the cycle of it again. That story that the hard man tried to make it comfortable, got it comfortable for his children. Children grew up in a comfortable situation. Now they think it's okay, but it's about to get hard again because their children are going to recognize that comfortability don't really work. Well, we're in that zone, and they see it. They don't want to deal with it because they've never been, like you said, mature enough or been matured like we have. Like the last generation and the generation before that has been matured in trauma and remembering trauma, but also seeing a light. These cats kind of got the fluorescent light and think it's the sun. And they don't know that thing is being run by cracker electricity that they can cut off at any time. They ain't outside the house looking at what the sun looked like. They got caught inside the building working because their parents wanted to get in the building. Now they in the building, they ain't outside. They seen fluorescent light and think, well, this is light. We have light. What are you talking about? This is how life is. They don't even know what it's like for real. But hey, I agree with both of you.
I got a picture for you. What about that right there?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Frogs, yeah, we getting boiled, man, very slow.
And look, what's crazy is that we telling all other frogs, like, homie, this water getting hot. And they like, man, you ain't been in it long enough. You gotta, and they think that I should adapt to the dysfunction.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you want me to adapt to the dysfunction, then you ain't with all that black power, pro-black shit. But I should adapt to the dysfunction. And I'm telling you, no, it's dysfunction. Until the boys start coming down and smashing, they be like, man, I see what you was talking about. But when we had the strength to actually move something, you wasn't ready to move. But it always seemed to take us too long to see what you're talking about.
Okay, so that means the distraction is more powerful. We had distraction too, but their distraction is as powerful as ever, right? Because you're saying they took too long, right?
That's because we in the bread and circus time frame.
Yep.
And I know you remember bread and circus.
Of course. That's how the stay in power.
Man. And I mean, so when Rome declined, they built all them big luxurious arenas and kept the population simmered down and happy. Bread and circus. Entertain.
Are you not entertained? You know what I'm saying? No, sir. I don't do that around here. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we do. We are entertaining, you know what I mean, informing, you know what I mean, and giving the people what they need in proper propaganda to truly succeed in a system that just feeds off exactly what they're doing, being blind. You know what I'm saying? To the point where the system ain't even got to do nothing. They doing it to themselves. You know what I mean? Like you said, they in the hot water like this is a sauna. What is you talking about? I'm in this hot tub. Yeah, you boiling though. You boiling. And you about to be cooked.
The frog don't know that.
Right. You know what? They know it. They know it. But outside of that tub, it's too hard for them. They'd rather sit there and die They'd rather sit there, go to a job, go to work, do whatever they just to function, just to get the bills paid. Just like they didn't really put the science to the term bill. Bill is the nickname for Will I Am is Bill. These niggas call it a bill, which means every time you pay that bill, you willingly giving up yourself, your time, your energy, the only things you can't get back, you know what I'm saying, to maintain in a system that ain't looking to do you justice, even if you're not Black. It don't, like, this is what they don't even, they don't even look out for their own for real, let alone you. They definitely using you. They definitely putting, I mean, you are the battery and they back. So they got to regenerate that situation constantly, like, yo, you need us. You know what I mean? The parasite tell the host they need them. And the proper propaganda, you know what I'm saying, pushes that in a different light. But the sisters have always had the control over what it is that's cool and what it is that ain't. You know what I mean? Which means there's a responsibility that they have, not blaming them. It's giving them the glory. I recognize your goddessness. I recognize who you are. I recognize your divinity. I'm working towards your divinity. But as brothers who work toward divinity, one of the reasons why I know I stay married and I stay faithful in that marriage is because, you know what I mean, I love my goddess and I know she loved me. And no matter what it is that we go through in the system, that right there is the key aspect. But that is a
revolutionary act.
Showing to everybody else, this is how you do this. They've literally messed up the gender. And if you mess up the gender aspect, the generation, you know what I mean, you cannot regenerate yourself. And this is one of the laws of the universe. You start pulling at the laws of the universe, I said this before, you looking to make chaos so that you can bring the order that you think you want to bring. But there's only going to be 1,000,000,000, 8,000,000 of us left on here when they're done. And everything they're doing right now to disrupt it is really creating the solution in the next generation, the next level. I see it in the youngins coming up. You know what I mean? I see a lot of debauchery, but I also see what I saw back in 95, 96.
That's because we at base level, brother.
Yeah.
We ain't got no place to go from here, up from here.
Exactly.
Hey, did y'all see that James Bond when he was tied up and that man walked in the room was talking about his grandmother and his parents that own that island and there was rats all on the island?
Yeah.
You seen it?
Yeah, I seen that one.
Do you remember that? You remember the story?
What a song.
Check this. Let me fast forward.
Do you like the island? My grandmother had an island. Nothing to boast of. People walk around it in an hour. But still, it was a paradise for us. One summer, we went for a visit and discovered the place had been infested with rats. They'd come on a fishing boat and gorged themselves on coconut. So how do you get rats off an island? My grandmother showed me. We buried an oil drum and hinged the lid. Then we wired coconut to the lid as bait, and the rats would come for the coconut and plink. They would fall into the drum. And after a month, we've trapped all the rats. But what did you do then? Throw the drum into the ocean? Burn it? No. You just leave it. And they begin to get hungry. And one by one, they start eating each other until there are only two left, two survivors. And then what? Do you kill them? No. You take them and release them into the trees. And now they don't eat coconut anymore. Now they only eat rat. You have changed their nature.
Bro, you know how deep that is?
That's exactly what's happening or been happening.
Now check that out. How did they change our nature?
You want the answer?
Yeah.
By letting us in Master House. All of these years, if you ask me, all of these years, Master was like, get out my house. Somehow the internet holds a deluge because you sit on the porch that you in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I think inclusion helps him the most. It's a delusional inclusion, but I think inclusion does.
They got one for that. That trick baby scene when the trick baby dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
When they was like, no, see, you want to let the Negroes in. He said, no. See, if you let the smart ones stay in the ghetto, they would become leaders. But when we let them amongst us, they become useful to us and not useful to their people.
Yep.
In fact, they kind of like become one of us. But for me, I would really say that the barrel, is not necessarily the master's house. I would say the reason why I say that because if you look at how we feeding on each other, you know what I mean? Now the master, but then again, that is a barrel. There's multiple barrels there because it is those that are prancing around trying to be pretty and wearing purses and things of that nature. That was it. So I could see that. But now the rough in feisty ones, I would say the prison is the barrel. So we got multiple barrels.
Mm-hmm.
They go trap you in one of them. So yeah.
Nah, you're right. It's a war. So if we was really in war, look at the gun, look at the bullet trajectories. All 720, right? That's where they at. So if this barrel don't hit you, this one is aimed at you. That one ain't hit you. This one's aimed at you.
But you gonna fall in one of them.
Yeah. So the real key is, like you said, Neo. You gotta be able to dodge every angle, but that takes total lockdown intelligence. That takes a.
You took barrel as gun barrel.
No doubt. And
but
mental barrel.
Not to cut you off, but in that story where he was talking about the rats, and they had the coconut, it was they took an actual like a 55-gallon drum and they buried it in the ground. In the coconut, when the rats tried to get the coconut, they fell inside of a barrel. And when he left them there, they started to eat each other. And instead of killing the last two rats, he said they let them go in the trees because now they got a taste for eating rats. But when they first fell in the barrel, they only ate coconuts. But now that after they the last two survivors, they let them out. And that's kind of like what prison did. They took put man in prison, and now these men that's in prison, they built up a sexual appetite for whatever was around them, and they start releasing them back into the population. You know what I mean? And so they coming out with all kind of debauchery in their mind back into our population, and we don't have nothing set in place to cure that. So if we look at what we got going on right now in our community, the violence or a nigga talking shit to me, I'm taking straight off. That was something that you had to have in prison. If motherfucker look at me wrong, that's like a prison mindset. So like our community, and not to mention the prison politics. So the gangs in a lot of our streets start to operate off of prison politics.
Well, it's self-hate, right?
Right.
They started it back on how they fed the Bucks. So when Sundiata was about to fight, they throw the chicken in between us, and now we gotta fight each other for the bite of the chicken.
Right.
So they've been trying to prune us into the self-hate. But you 1,000,000% correct.
So now here we go again. Let's go back to earlier in the conversation. What are we creating to break down the self-hate? What do we have? And we in the capital right now. You feel me? Of the Republic of New Africa, Atlanta. How can we come together if we have to get a African house, a club house, or whatever to where we hear all the time. You come lift weights, read books, and we got poetry nights here. I mean, you come here and kick it, and these conversations always go on. How do we get that going? How do we get a spot that becomes when something that you see online so much, and when you come to Atlanta, I want to go there. Like if you visit Atlanta, this is what you call those a landmark. How do we get a building be the landmark?
A hub of where it needs to be. And well, we doing it right now. Like we are in the beginning stages of that. Whenever this happens, the question that is being asked that you asked is a question because we can actually have this conversation to raise the question. And it's not necessarily even for us here directly on this. It's for those watching it now and later on. What are you doing? I seen this question earlier. This strong. I don't like to call it a week, but this strong. When somebody was put up, a brother I know from up north who just asked the question. He went on live. He said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And it was just the question he was asking. What are you doing? What are you doing about what? No. What are you doing? You know what the question means. You know who's the oppressor. You see what's happening. What are you doing about it? And so for us, these conversations, these podcasts, passing off, creating in the entertainment world, creating sounds, vibrations, audio, visual that give a different perspective in the paradigm is what makes the paradigm shift and shake, is what we do. Now, they think they won. They think they're winning.
Who?
In actuality, everything.
Who think they won?
The so-called white lie supremacy, because they they got the music on lock, and the music is a
the music. Oh, okay.
Huge derivative, huge participation. They bring a lot of participation into what is going on in the minds because you're hearing it, seeing it. But what they really doing is making things worse for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Because like we said, we at rock bottom. So when you get at rock bottom and you see everything else that you've been doing is heaping on you, and you ain't got no other choice but to turn the other way or die. And we're in that turn right now. So the more that we're continuing to do these conversations, the more that we're continuing to opening up places where we can actually come together and meet as if it was church, like the churches used to do, the more we have the opportunity to actually build. You know what I mean? And they know it. You know what I mean? Not to give out too much game online, but they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody else who wants to know what to do, this is your opportunity to reach out to the brothers you see here and brothers you know doing something, and have that convo, you know what I mean, within yourselves about what can you do in your area, your region. It's like local politics. The only thing, if you're going to deal with politics, the only thing that really work, you know what I mean, is the local situation. The rest of that ain't really got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Really, you just in it. But locally, you can do so. So locally in your region, what is there? And a combination of not just what they call conscious music or what I like to call righteous music, but also those brothers who are on the block. When you put them together, you have a lot of brothers who so-called is pushing that other stuff that hear and know what it is you're saying. They just didn't have enough guidance or even chutzpah to even put that out. But now, when you start mixing it together, you getting that information. And the brothers who over here doing what we doing get a little bit of the flavor. You know what I'm saying? Because they're using our flavor to infect us. So we should usurp that flavor that they're using and do it to affect us properly, to give out that inoculation in the music, in the movies, in the television, in the podcast, in whatever you're doing on a daily basis on internet, on social media, should be a part of that, because it's always down to, if you ain't part of the solution, you part of the problem. That shit ain't never changed.
So let's do that. Let's build on that. We got the music, right? We about to make a record. What's our target audience? Who's our target? No, who's our target audience?
This This is a question that me, as an artist, the type of artist I am, have an issue answering the question. And the reason is I make music in accordance to what my ancestors tell me to do. So my target audience is those who their ancestors told me to talk to, who I don't even know, but they know who they are when they hear it. That's what, when it comes to that music, for me.
That's, bro,
You know
I hear you. That sound good.
No,
But
no,
that's
wait,
not
wait,
how.
wait.
Let me tell you why I say
Let me
that.
finish. Let me finish. Because
That-
I know that we're talking about a business model as well that is, you mean, that most people are functioning with. But I say this and stand on it because if you build it, they will come. Because if you go get a certain type, what about the other types that want to hear it that you didn't even know was going to pay
Okay.
attention?
So if I was to ask you who are you shooting at, you'd be like, well, I'm gonna shoot this bullet, and whoever it hit, that's who it was supposed to hit. That's basically what you said if we
No,
was
no,
to
no,
change it
no,
into
no,
a
no, no,
gun.
no. See, here's the difference. I shoot the devil and pop demons. There's no doubt what I shoot. When I shoot, I'm shooting at the devil. If you coming against me, you on the devil's side, you on the other side. Yeah, I mean, I'm just using that terminology now.
All right. So I
Cool.
understand. So when you shoot with your lyrics, who are you aiming at? So that's the target audience. We
But
gotta
I'm
have
not
a target
shooting with my
audience.
lyrics. I'm not shooting with my lyrics. I'm not competing. I'm not in any form, fashion, talking in the way that
Now I
most
would have to
artists.
say that that's a problem. Let me tell you why I say that. Because you just said that they're using it against us. So that means they shoot at us with our lyrics. So now we gotta compete with them.
No,
We're
we
not
don't
gonna
have to
compete.
compete. We do not have
Okay.
to compete. We just have to complete who we are and represent that. And which
All
leads
right.
into what we were saying. We are doing that. We are representing who we are and showing something that they ain't never seen before. We seen it because we came up with it, but they came up in 20 years of something else that they ain't seen. But it's there. We're here. Now we're the carriers of that culture and the keepers of that culture that'll allow the opening to come up.
All right.
But
So let me ask you this. What do you
if
do in
we're
music?
in competition, then we fall right into the European mind state. The
Are you a rapper?
completion of who we are is the African mind state, is the portion that they don't want us to deal with. I'm not here to make anybody follow what I'm saying. But if you feel it, you coming. If you don't, you probably gonna work for them anyhow. And then I don't even, you know what I mean, it's gonna be over for you. I'm only here for the ones who
okay,
are ready.
well, no, all right. Let's try to keep it in context of the music because we started it off by prefacing like we're making plans to make an album. So now we know that you don't have no particular target audience. Do you rap? Do you make beats? What do you do?
No, I'm a motivation vocal expressor. So that means I do
Okay.
rhyme over sounds at times. I can do it talking, but it's just that. Now, I deal with a squad of MCs. So I get you. That question would be better answered by them to get a certain answer. But
whatever you call it, it's cool.
Every rhyme that I spit, it's a chin check to see what you know. I already know what I know. That's why I said it. They already told me.
Chin check?
Yeah, it's a chin check to see what you know. If you know some shit, you can appreciate it. If you don't, then you won't.
Now on the West Coast, a chin check is kind of like hitting somebody in the chin, like bam.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that wouldn't that be on the lines of war?
No, it's training.
Training. But you training for what?
When you go to training for all types of battles, you got to get hit. You got to get kicked. If you do martial arts, you ain't leaving martial arts practice without being bruised. That's what happens till you get calloused.
But that's training for battle.
We already in the battle. I'm just training that you make sure that your mind knows what they doing. And if they hitting you, boom, 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 you know what I mean, with that, I got, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, when somebody's drowning, what's the rule? You know the rule when they're drowning?
Don't approach them straight up.
Somebody when they're drowning, you can't get close to them. You got to have something between you and them. And if they ain't paying attention, you got to smack the shit out of them. Why? Because they're panicking. They're drowning. So you got to smack the shit out of them just to, and maybe even knock them out just to save their life. That's what I do with my lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And if you not, you don't get hit. You just join the fight with me. Oh yeah, I heard what he said. Yeah, I get it. So now you in it. Now you duck, you seen the punches, you duck. Okay, I see your skill. You understood what I said. You didn't get hit. You just took it in and you respect my skill set. I respect your brain because I know you got it. Now we can come together. So I'm not a teacher. I'm a professor. I say this all the time. And people are like, what's the difference? I say the teacher, you got to go to school and you got to pass what the teacher says. I mean, you got to get it. The teacher got to give you the information so you can pass the class, right? You get out of high school, elementary school, all of that. You go to college. That's where you see the professor. The professor don't care if you get it or not. You know why? Because you paid to come. So since you paid to come, you better put your time and effort into understanding what the professor's saying and get it from his perspective and then add to it. That's where you get your doctorate from. If you keep going in that, John, you got to write a doctorate. You got to write a thesis. You got to put that out there. So I'm only really talking to those people. There's other people who can talk to these cats and say, okay.
Do you have any music that's recorded?
Say again?
Do you have any recorded music?
Yeah. The whole Vengeance aspect. Plus, I got my albums out. I got 10 videos out right now.
All right. And so you don't market your music. All right, you don't market what you do.
I put it out there. I don't market it like most people market, but I put it out there. And those who feel it, feel it. Those who don't, that's not why I don't even care. I don't have no ego when it comes to it. I don't battle. I don't do any of that. I just create music, put it out there. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, keep it moving. But that's me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand. So that would kind of be like the fetus. Like, let's just say, if we say that you and I are going to make an album, I want a target audience. I actually want to have a reason why I'm doing it. I want to, I want to bang against the beast in my music. And I want to, then now if we do a song together, I'm banging on the beast and you over here, then it's like our songs is not going in the same direction. I'm just trying to understand it.
A purpose and a target audience is not the same thing. They can function and work with each other, but I already said what my purpose is. I'm working with the ancestors. They push the target audience. This is a spiritual thing for me. So I ain't got to see it. I ain't got to know who is going to. I just know I got to say it. But
that's still having a purpose for that audience. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying.
My purpose is for the ancestors. It ain't for the audience. The audience should come to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about going to the audience because I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it has to be done. And because it has to be done, those who need to hear it will hear it. Those who need to see it will see it.
Has to be done for what reason?
For the same aspect of defense, of self, family, culture, universe, most high first, all coming back to self. Every time. You know what I'm saying?
So you doing it for yourself?
If I'm doing it for me, I'm doing it for the universe. I'm doing it for the creator. I'm doing it for my ancestors. There's no separation.
Okay.
So I'm on my job. And my question is, are you on your job enough? Not you, but as the person.
No. I understand, brother.
Yeah. I'm just saying for everybody else. So they don't get it. Oh, you talking about him? Nah, I'm just saying in general. Or as people on their job enough to understand what I'm saying, even when I make it simple. I mean, I'm not looking here to make it, well, you got to dumb it down for no. I'm not doing none of that. I can simplify things, but even that is not dumb. There's double and triple entendres in everything I say. If I say the word two, I mean the number two, and I mean that wisdom. So you can interchange that with that. If I say four, I mean that four, I mean a code to freedom. You can interchange it with that. But you have to know that I know that. And you'll hear it in the lyrics if you know that yourself. But if you don't,
I give you a perfect example, right? So me, growing up in Compton, watching this game banging, knowing that they are giving us enough rope to hang ourselves, I came with this song, and people when you this type of way, they treat you this way. The song go, young and militant, God soul feeling it, beating on my chest. I'm on my gorilla shit, young and militant. God soul feeling it, beating on my chest. I'm on my gorilla shit. Life in America's matrix, land of white supremacists. Niggas happy with their crumbs of our stolen riches. Plunder Africa minerals, body filled ditches. Failed revolution due to snitches and house niggas. Rig election and puppet presidents. One party system, the soil with terrorism. God is beginning. The same soil birth Earth's first nigga. Bed sheets disguised in European ninja. Thank Henry Ford for tanks and Humvees, and the Wright brothers for drones and F-16s, cocaine mansions, cocaine soft drinks, cocaine trapped a week. Niggas happy to sleep. Meanwhile, my eyes open and my ears to the street. I'm all African. Ain't no American in me. Created in his image, God soul feel it. Live, ride, die, young and militant. And my target audience for that was the gangbangers. And that's why, even with the name, the Black Power Banger, to bring the gangbangers into the revolutionary mindset.
Right. And I agree with that. Like I said, other people can do that. That's why I'm saying asking me that question is a little different because, you know what I mean? I'm God. I ain't just picking out one person. This is for everybody who can get it.
No, I understand. My reason for even the questions is to see how we align in this. Like, to keep it 100. I hear you, but I have no understanding of what kind of music do and where you going, or like if we was to say we was going to put together a song.
Let me cut y'all off, man. You want to know the bug part?
Yeah.
The bars you just spit sound just like Sundiata albums.
Right.
And that's sense.
And I know he on that side, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how would just art in our conversation, like, like, you know what I mean? So because we making a plan, you know what I mean? So we're planning, we're strategizing an album. How would I know which direction to go? If tomorrow for that connection.
Let me third party this.
All right.
Y'all brothers are the same brother.
Indeed.
Although Sundiata ain't claimed the target audience, listen to what he's saying a little deeper. He don't write for that simplistic answer to be a target audience. He writes it, and if you could get it, you could get it. But that's still targeting the brothers and sisters who will hear it, don't know nothing he's talking about, and then want to know. So he's targeting people regardless. That's why I say just throw it out to the universe, the high level, the high level to the low level. Whoever could get it, could get it. But he's still, by default, aiming at a target. You feel me? Both of y'all is like the same dude.
No, I understand the way you explain that. I understand exactly. But like out of everything I wrote, unless I hear it, I would have to get a CD, listen to it, be like, okay, boom. Then could come and say, all right, let's do a song like this.
Sundiata got a verse for that song.
I'm
sure. I'm trying to say. Yeah. He can easily have a verse for that song. So y'all both doing the same thing, just the motivation might be different. In a sense, that the degree angle might be off a few degrees, but it's going to the same target. You feel me?
And beyond.
Wait. No, you got it.
Yeah, no, I'm not to cut you. I'm RBG for life, outlaw RBG for life. You know what I'm saying? I don't even accept death. You understand what I'm saying? I don't accept death. I don't see why people do. I mean, they put themselves in positions where they can be transitioned in life, you know what I'm saying, such and such. But I don't accept death like that. So there's a certain part of me that for life, I'm always red, black, and green. It's the answer to all the situations. And if you know me, you've heard me on other spots, I've always said this. Red, black, and green is the answer. I don't give me everything else, gotta form around that because it just doesn't make any more sense for anybody. Since black people are the salvation of the planet and red, black, and green is the salvation of black people, red, black, and green is the answer for everything. Get rid of us, they can't do nothing. It's all real. They know that. So, and if they didn't,
I got a hook we could do there. See, now with that, I got a clear picture. But go ahead.
So if they didn't think that, their financial aspect wouldn't be in the red to get to the black, so you know what I mean, to be on the green. Them niggas know it too. You understand what I'm saying? Because the money is their God. So even in their God form, RBG is there. They know it. You understand? So that being the case, I'm always going to represent that, and I'm always going to speak that. But when I didn't just say self, I said self, family, culture. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing unless you do it for yourself. You can't protect your family unless you take care of yourself so that you can raise and protect your family. You can't, and once you're doing that, you got to raise your family to be in respect of what the culture that is supposed to, culture of nature that's come up, where we're supposed to be, where we were on this planet before they got here. You have to understand it. And that being the case is going to shine brightly to the rest of the universe, because now we're looking to get ourselves back forward into that vibration and that frequency that we were for 100,000, a million years before this last 6,000. That being the case, I deal with the esoteric aspect of what we have to do in battling and what we see in our face, and I deal with the exoteric, then I deal with the esoteric aspect of what you don't see, like your breath, but this being spirit, this being light. And when you combine the right and the left side of the brain, it can't just be one aspect of one audience. It has to be the entire globe, and you have to represent that combination of your right and your left side of your brain working in a functioning fashion in front of people without utilizing the terminology that we've been given to hold us in a separated part. These cats is left-brained individuals who don't have that right brain connection, so they can't function on that spiritual aspect, on that creative aspect. They have to come get us and have us create the thing. Then they take it and they break it down into terminology that they can function with, as opposed to saying, you know what I'm saying, atoms and the electrons, what are they? They're planets that are now small, and us. We are made of the planets. We are the planets. That's us. It's the same thing, but they call it something else so that you have to go to their doctrine, their schools, and their education, and they break it down like that. But the unification of us all is the answer, and that's God's mind. God sees everything at all times, at all spots. So for me, as God, not targeting just one target, I'm not even targeted. I'm blessing. I'm shooting the devil, popping demons, blessing the children of the Creator who represent me. And I do it with an RBG fist in the air all day, all night. Tatted on my body and represented everywhere. Shout out to Malik Kalam, Zulu. Forever.
So real quick, you said, so you shooting the devil with your lyrics? Oh, he should. I was trying to figure it out because I was about to say, because that would make that was still all right. I got you. But look, I got a hook for
I literally got a song called "Bust Shots at the Devil." You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I'm
so you wouldn't consider that war though, with your lyrics?
Wait, I never said that we wasn't in a war.
No. You said well, war was it's kind of like a competition. I was just asking.
War is a lifestyle. War, and when you're not in the physical aspect of war, you're still in the aspect of war in your thought pattern. Even when you're in relaxation mode, because if you don't find something to love when you're not physically fighting, why is you fighting in the first place? So love,
no, understandable.
Love and war is together. So in that same aspect, it's always a war until it's not, and then we're dealing with that high, that righteous vibration that we had before. But until that gets there, yeah. But I'm fighting a war both as a grand maroon and a petty maroon. You understand?
All right.
The music is me coming back and forth. My whole aspect is revolt or die, because they're killing you anyhow.
Yeah, no. So I'm just trying to understand it. That's it.
No, it's okay. So, matter of fact, you understand it even more than you understand, because in the understanding, you mean we dealing with a model that's already built, but the understanding, a or I should say, a motto is built by somebody else, not us. The understanding is I ain't saying nothing different than what you already know. And the overstanding is this is what happens when we bring this together and make some music.
All right, so here we go. Let me throw this out there then. RBG with it. So G with it. I bang with those that want to see me with it. RBG with it. So G with it. I bang with those that want to see me with it. RBG with it. So G with it. I bang with those that want to see me with it. You know what I mean? If you got something to add to that, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? I got some more hooks though.
I got some. You know what I'm saying?
I got some more hooks.
Got a verse for that.
And what I like is I come from the school where you can't be the same person. You can be on the track with somebody, but you can't say the same thing they saying it. You can talk about the same topics, but you got to say it in a different way. And in any way that we saying it, it's gonna come off in a build. You know what I'm saying? I'll never come off in competition with nobody on any song I'm on. I don't care who it is. Because if I ever compete, I'm only competing with myself to make myself in a better light. For me, it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. So, but when you have 2 or 3 other artists on there who have a particular group of people that they want to reach, you expand that song. The song ain't just for these people. The song, because you can have a gangbanger, you can have a college dude, everybody in the same party at the same time. So somebody gonna like this verse, somebody gonna like that verse, but you know what? Everybody in the building like that song. See what I'm saying? So that's why I don't just particularly rock out one way, but I'll rock out every way. I can, because I'm familiar with everything.
The reason why I say, because if we start putting money behind a product, right? The money, in order for us to have maximum impact, you know what I mean, we have to have a certain area. Like, for example, for me personally, I'm aiming towards the African continent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not the United, I ain't worried about the United States market, even though you could go big in the US. And
we right here, brother. We right here.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Oh, no, I understand. I was just trying to, you know what I mean, try to get it because like to know what weapons you use. Like if we about to go to battle, what weapon you use, then you set your strategies up like that. But so the reason why I say the African continent itself is because I think if where we are in modern day society, that we'll be more likely to blow up in music in Africa by being from the United States, but showing maximum neutral love for the continent to where everybody in the continent will spend $1 to buy the album. Now you got over $1 million, and now you could go do some shows and start building, and then be able to utilize the income to start actually building. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I understand what you're saying, and just on numbers alone, only thing that's even competing with the numbers of people in Africa is China. And China in Africa right now. So whatever goes to Africa is going to go to China too. So we're going to get that too. So I completely agree. And the other aspect is Africans have been coming to the United States to learn shit about Africa and taking it back to Africa. Look at Fela. Fela was an artist before he came here, but in the 60s. When he left here, Fela went back there and did some phenomenal shit and was talking about something that everybody else was scared and colonized, so colonized, more colonized than we are, that they didn't want to talk about. You understand? But
see that? And that's another thing to aim at because it was my brother from Zimbabwe, Douglas. He was like, brother, he said, don't be so hard on your people here with the slave mentality, right? He said, because back home, they got the colonized mentality. He said it's the same thing. And I'm like, damn. I also heard a brother, no matter of fact, we was on live and we was doing our thing on Not a Coincidence channel. We over there doing our thing. And in the comments, they had a brother was like, damn, I'm learning about my country from people in America. And I'm here in this country. And I didn't know that. So the thing with that is we may be the reason why tribalism break down and it's a Pan-African love. And I think that was one of the main thing to take this RBG and pump this RBG Pan-Africanism in the heart and start resuscitating Africa and keep what's going on in Niger all the way cracking. And they need theme song, they need a soundtrack.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So we on it. We on it in the same aspect. I
already know we in the same aspect. I just try to understand the angle and what about, because look, when you in the studio with rappers, bro. If I'm listening to everybody's stuff and I don't feel like I have to rewrite mine, I might not come back to that studio. I need to feel like I need to rewrite my bars. Like, man, you come in like that, I'm about to rewrite my that's what I want to be in, around that.
Yo, son, send them the link to the Vengeance joint. You gotta send it to them. Yeah, send them the link.
I'm gonna send them the link.
Because look, this whole convo was based on Sundiata saying he don't have a target audience. That's half true. By default, he does. So every song you got, man, trust me, he got a verse already.
Oh, look, bro. I have no doubt about that. Just by him pulling up on the channel and I'm listening to him, I know where he at in mind. I know where he at. I thought it was like, I didn't know if he was going at specific groups within, like for example, I was making songs directly targeting Crips and Bloods.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I wanted to break up the mindset of that genocidal mindset. I was going at it. You know what I mean? And then I even had a song like Was She Nasty, right? And that was directly targeting men, but also sisters. Like, she could be nasty and classy. She don't have to be nasty in a hole. Like, she don't have to be a thought. She could, you know what I mean? She could be a wife and still do her thing and still have class with it. That's why in that song, I was like, she's a intellectual, heterosexual, super sexual. You know what I mean? And the thing was, hence love the six, emoji textual. What I say, when you feeling sick, she's the antidote, mango scented, pussy edible, tongue head to toe with the extras though. Dark skin is in, she's incredible. The whole thing was that, you know what I mean, to embrace our sisters, you know what I mean, not have to throw them under the bus when we doing it. You feel me?
Yeah. Hey man, listen, we go
like my all them verses up.
Before I even go further, let me say this. Shout out to Phoenix Higgins. He had an early morning to do. So he his apologies for not being able to be on the show. He started a little late. You know what I'm saying? He was anticipating getting on at 9 and getting off at like 9:30, 10. You know what I'm saying? But he will resurface coming more toward the end. I mean, toward when the movie's coming out. He got a movie coming out called Geechee Witch, and it's a Black love horror story. I like to say that just like that. It's Black love horror story. It's not a Black love poetry drama story. It's not a Black love comedy story. It's a Black love horror story. And it's only a horror really because of the misunderstanding of the spiritual aspect of Yoruba and the African spiritual systems that were partaken and taken on, you know what I mean, here in this country. But the movie will be coming out in February, I believe 9th, don't quote me on the date, but in February it'll be coming out. So as we get closer to the release date, we will be having different little, you know what I mean, get-togethers and little sneak peek.
And where is it gonna be?
It's already scheduled to be in Regal theaters across the country. And he's in talks to get him in the AMC theaters across the country, which is, to me, is an important aspect because, you know, it's propaganda. And they fed the baby boomers with the propaganda when they were coming up that raised our parents, you know what I mean, to think the way they thought, and now, you know what I mean, and directed what we were going. So in this movies, in the music, and in the movies, and in the television, and in the social media is now where the fight is really at to grab your attention. And attention is currency.
Is he going to Netflix with it as well?
And probably not. Not at first. And the reason is because, you know what I mean, in that world, Netflix shows ain't paying residuals to the actors and the other people and producers and the people behind the scenes. So that's really what the acting aspect has been, like a strike kind of been, because Netflix is doing a thing, but they keeping the money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how about this? How long is the movie?
The movie's probably going to be, I think it's about maybe an hour and 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours long at the most.
What's the name of the movie again?
It's going to be called Geechee Witch. So you're dealing with the Gullah. Say again?
I said that's Geechee Witch. Gitchi.
You were coming in and out. I don't even know what you said.
You know, he talking about like Gullah Geechee.
Change the
yeah, Gullah Geechee, yeah, yeah, and
Black Horus.
Hey, but look, man, come on, hey, but let's not try to change the subject, man. I was waiting for some bars, man. You got these lyrics over there high with them, you know, promoting them.
I ain't really barred up today. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, press play on YouTube.
Say again.
Press play on YouTube. We that'll work.
I don't even. All right, hold on. I'll pull up something. Hold on. I'm surprised. Hold on.
Hey, look, I know Rebel got it too.
Yeah. Look.
Hey, this that one I was talking about.
Black power banging. She nasty, and I like it. She nasty, and I like it.
You gonna do one verse, and I'm gonna stop it. So I want to hear yours while you look for it.
I like it. She's an intellectual, gag yeah, super sexual, heterosexual. She head sexual, yoga flexible, flicks love the face, emoji textual. It's the love sick. She's the antidote, painful, spitting, pussy, heaven, tongue, head to toe, with the extra though. Dark skin is in. She's better. She nasty.
Man, I know you got something.
Oh yeah. Hold on. You turned it up. I don't even download it.
You know what we do around here.
Somebody.
We don't sit there. Righteousness is hard, but when it's time to go down and get dirty,
You hear that?
we get dirty.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Intro fire.
Salute.
My son on here in the first verse. There it is.
Warlord, yes, I beat it all down. Remember football for like 66. 3 rounds, but the first he retreat ain't talking wars like my hands ain't big guns, but that boy don't need.
Yo, y'all can see that?
Yep.
That's me right there, yeah.
We're not playing the volume, but I'm sure you could tell.
And it ain't coming through clear as it was on the phone.
Can you hear it?
Nah, on it's breaking up. The phone sounded better. Hey, but the graphics on that stage hard.
I don't see no competition. I'm from up top. They spinning. I ain't good with attention. You know I got all the tools to be tricky. you begging and pleading for them to take your freedom. Now over here, fight for life. Take black what they feeding. Shot at the devil. Them demons.
So the
Going in.
song called "Bust Shots at the Devil," and the first verse is just reminding these people, you know what I mean? You know, you've been put in a situation. You know what I mean? If you get bit by a vampire, you know what happens. You become a vampire. You know what I'm saying? Well, we the vampire killers. We either gonna turn you back or we're gonna cut your head off, take your heart out. That type of thing. But it's on a drill beat because I was tired of hearing these cats talking about they was on demon time. And I'm God. So if you on demon time, understand when I shoot the devil and you stand in front fighting his battles, you getting popped too. Now you could get out of the way and leave that shit alone and come with the winning team, or you could fall where you stand. But I'm popping the devil. The second verse was me being tired of seeing this little Nas X cat and everybody just rocking with it and saying it's okay. And like, nah, it's not okay, nigga. You know, he's sliding down, dancing on the devil's dick. He getting popped too. All that shit, all that debauchery shit, it's got to go. But I put it on a drill beat. You know what I'm saying? So if you like drill beats, well, you like that shit. Hey, hold this. My son's on there. Gave his verdict, and his aspect is all these cats are talking about popping and shooting. Everything he said, he was talking about his hands. Like, we're gonna fight with hands. As a young dude, I'm not pulling a gun and shooting you. I'm gonna bust you in your face. Because you can still live after I bust you in the face. I'm still gonna live after I bust you in the face. But we start shooting each other, we all dead. Well, get back to that manhood shit. Handle your business with your hands. So, you know what I'm saying? The product is out there for them to get it. And we are representing and sending it to where it needs to, you know what I mean, overseas, wherever, Africa, they gonna get it. But if they're just too blind and lost, I'm not wasting my time on that. If you have a glimmer, if you see a glimmer or something and you come follow it, then you know what I mean, we're gonna lead you out of that rabbit hole. Not down the rabbit hole, but out of the rabbit hole, up onto the proper land. I vibe so high, I'm way above these heathens. That's what I'll be saying. Like, okay, oh, so you just cutting them out? No, I'm telling them you don't have to stand there. I used to be that. I'm not that no more. My vibration was low. Now it's high. And in this high world, I can see what's going on down there, but you can't see what's going on up here. So that's what that whole shit is about. But you gotta be a critical thinker. I refuse to write rhymes and say rhymes that just make it easy for them to get. Even if they think it's easy, it's not. There's something else in the rhyme that, it's just a simple line. It's not a simple line. But if you know something, then you know that there's other things behind that. And then you can tell somebody else, let's spark conversation. Let's build on that. I used to do that with Public Enemy. I used to do that with X-Clan. I used to do that with Paris. I used to do that with The Coup. I used to do that with and not necessarily BDP, because he kind of, but I still would do that if they had a misconception. I did it with Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? You have to be critical thinking. You have to understand that there's skills there, and I know shit. Now, if you just go into like, let this nigga know, you don't know nothing, then you're right. I don't know nothing because you don't know nothing. But if you knew something, you know who I am, and I can recognize you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, perfect. So Phoenix not coming tonight, right?
No, he's not gonna be on the head. Like I said, he'll be up early and shit. So
I think you should send Banger the link to some of the music.
I don't know if I have send me his math and I'll send him everything.
All right, I'll send you his
that'll work. Let's get it. Hey, look, man, I need to get in that studio too, man, because I ain't been on the weights lately. You feel me? The whole, I still writing pen and pad.
Yeah.
Some people on their phones.
Of course. But you don't even gotta say that much. They be in the stew a lot. They doing the Green album too right now, right?
Yeah, we are. And we got slots open for that. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Make sure I'm gonna send you my information when I get your number, and then send me the email, and then I'll send you some of the tracks that we're working on. And even
Pulling up.
even if it don't make the Green album, I'm working on my Tris McGistis album. You know what I mean? So
blackpowerbanging@gmail.com. blackpowerbanging@gmail.com. You know what I'm talking about?
simple as it is.
And you know, RBG, but when you go backwards, that's gang bang revolutionary. You feel me?
that?
Hey man, we just gonna stay banging with it. We
Black
can't
and
just
ready, you know what I mean?
we can't just be
ready.
regular with it. We gotta bang it. We gotta be front line. We gotta let them know that. All this. You feel me? Like none of that turning down. I know cats want me to turn it down, but I ain't turning it down.
Nah, man.
It's how greatness is created.
Yeah, it's not the time to turn down. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Banger, you in the right spot. Trust me.
Let's get it.
You in the right spot. These brothers put it down. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send Banger joints to you. Since our guest ain't gonna be on tonight, we're gonna cut this one short.
All right.
I'm gonna bring some people back to Atlanta that I brought out here to do what we was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Take the lost minds. Y'all got lost minds until you find your mind.
Right.
All right. So that's not disrespect. The white man, don't worry about all that. But we got some students in here. We're gonna take them back. They learning. They love the show. They sitting there listening. My point is, good looking brothers. Yo, Banger. You done jumped into a real pool. You fucking with the right ones, man. The Avengers, baby.
Man, look. I seen the guys on stage. I'm like, man, look. I'm gonna keep it 100. The job be keeping me tied up, but on the weekends, homie, I'm pulling up. I need to get. And look, it was another studio. Brother got some beats. He from Boston. His beats fire. You know what I mean? Like we definitely got to get this. You know, I ain't even tripping off the money. I'm in it for the banger. I'm in it go against like get the minds of the young. I heard a song on YouTube, homie, young cat from Chicago, and it's crazy that he banging that he a crib, and it's so destructive, homie. It's destructive and it hurt. It hurt to see that. And then people are like, why you stop? Why you stop? So let's go, man. Let's go. I got some more hooks too.
Yeah. No doubt.
I'm with that. And you know what? Dang. I really wasn't even in the rhyming mode on some real shit.
Hold up. You said before we go? That's what you said?
Yeah, before we go, you gonna bless the mic? Do your thing.
For as long as my memories suffice, I've been engaged in this fight of life. Now I'm addicted to the stripe it's bringing. I love it though, like it's African singing, ringing the drums in my skull, plugging a hole, draining my soul, reuniting self with a universal control, bare but physical in structure. I'm ready to rupture. Atomic flutter whenever the fuck I touch you with each and every word I utter. Disengage and I will muster the strength of my holy ancestral cluster. I'm taking the place of physical pain conductor. I ain't never been a sucker. I already lost the knuckle introducing these punk bitches to buckle before me and my struggle became so internal. I stepped from my mama's paternal suckle, facing, tasting, keeping it true type trouble. Now I huddle and regroup and suit my collective with a global perspective, full view of unity, showing me cultural contraceptive. Now, envision Nubian lifeline accepted and protected with the decision of injected in the ass of historical record that infected the way my people now get respected.
Hey man, you know what?
Like
we gotta get a poetry night cracking too.
Yeah. Well, we got one of them. Oh, speaking of which, we got one of them. You know what I mean? It's coming up the 16th at Fusion Lounge. Glad you said that. You know what I mean? Open mic, John. Everybody, all you artists out there, make sure you come through and get the goodness. The Vengeance is on stage. My brother Scorpius Ray is hosting it. He's also, you know what I mean, part of the Vengeance squad. You know what I'm saying? Click. We got numerous people in the group and associates and affiliates, but you know what I'm saying? It's going to be at Fusion Nightclub on October 16th, and we're going to be doing it every third Monday of the month. Make sure y'all come through. Shout out to Akil Kinwaro, my brother, putting that together, and you know what I mean? Vocal dialect, handling the business. And you know what I'm saying? If you ain't never seen a show where my brother Scorpius Ray is the host. Y'all done missed him. He's the godfather of all this woke shit that they doing, but before they was doing it, he's one, all the crystal wearing and the jewelry wearing that they be doing. This dude probably taught the cats who.
So that's it right there. It says
Yes,
it's off of Buffington Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, over there in what is that, College Park area?
5851 Buffington Road, Suite M, Atlanta, Georgia. If y'all want that address, 5851 Buffington Road.
Yes, sir.
Come through with your skill. We will have the mic open for a period of time. Come sign up on that list, but come through and enjoy yourself and make this something, because we need a hub and a home where we can constantly, you know what I mean, go to church. Like I was saying, when we there, you know what I mean, it ain't just about the entertainment, it ain't just about the drinks at the bar, it ain't just about the camaraderie, it's about the ability to have a place to socialize directly outside of this camera, outside of these phones, outside of talk to each other and build with each other.
Though, in real life.
Yeah, in true life. You know what I'm saying? Because that real life is virtual reality. We're in virtual reality right now. You know what I'm saying? So that real is virtual, but that truth is eternal. And this is what we rocking with. You know what I'm saying?
True life.
True life. All day. But look, I'm gonna take heed. I got mad things I gotta do. I was cooking.
Hey, look, he turned up. Look, he turned up right there.
But
raise the vibration, man. You can't put it off. You can't turn it off. Yeah. But I just sent you banger math. So look on your phone. I just sent you banger math. Right. Get a family our information real quick.
You can reach me at, this is my number, y'all. 484-758-8489. Again, 484-758-8489. It's better to text me so I can see. If I don't see it, if I don't know the number, I might not answer. So text me and let me know you're going to call me first. You know what I'm saying? And then let me know who you is. But I say this because if you're doing music, I'm looking for righteous music. I'm looking for radio edited righteous music. I'm looking for radio edited quality music. I'm looking for radio edited hip hop specifically. But you know what I'm saying? If you got something else and you saying something and you're responsible in your lyrics and it sound good, I want to play your music on the show that I'm doing called Vengeance Radio. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. You know what I'm saying? With myself and my brother, Big Nell. And to start off with. But you know what I mean? We're gonna have sponsorship, we're gonna have packages, we're gonna have a little bit of news going on there, but we're gonna have industry music and not industry music, you know what I'm saying? Or like that, what I like to call the Delta. You know what I'm saying? There's a stream and then there's the Delta, the break off. We're gonna feed off of that. And the more we feed that Delta, the bigger it becomes, the bigger then we become the stream. So I'm gonna do my part by getting the music, or what I like to call the muse think, out there. I just need y'all to do your part and hit me at PLATHANDENT@gmail.com. PlatHandENT@gmail.com. Send me your information, send me where you from, what the name of the song is, who produced it. You know what I'm saying? As much information about that song as possible. And I'm collecting the music now so that I can have the first 4 or 5 shows already recorded, ready to rock and roll. And I'd like y'all to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Out there, if you got that music, and you know you saying something that needs to be heard properly, send it to me. If you just an MC and you got some MC shit you want to, but you ain't necessarily on no conscious or righteous, I'm fucking with that too, because the culture has to be well-rounded and respected. You know what I'm saying? And when it first came out, we had all the elements. We had fun, we partied, we battled, but we had consciousness. That fifth element was there. So I want to make sure that that fifth element is the key, but I ain't shutting y'all out like they shut us out. You understand? So also hit me at my IG is SUNDAGR and the number 8, SundaGreat@gmail.com. I mean, SundaGreat is my Instagram, and You can hit the Vengers as well, VEN_JAHS. That's their IG, VEN. That's right, the V up in the spot. Hit us and check our music out. We are on Bandcamp, and we got the red on Bandcamp right now. We're about to put the black on Bandcamp, and then the greens coming. Red, black, and green. Salute!
Salute.
Salute. I'm Black Power Banging on TikTok. Black Power Banging, in Kosi Soul BPB. They keep deleting all my Black Power Bangers on IG, so I had to switch the whole name. So INKOSI Soul SOUL BPB on IG, and African though AFRIKANTHO. You know what I mean? I don't know which one, how you gonna find it on TikTok. It's either Black Power Banging or African though, but you can look up both of them. It's gonna pop up. Tap in.
Yeah. The show, yeah, tap into his TikTok's power. This show was brought to you by Kings County Clothing. Got your boy Red Pill in the building. So go check him out. TheGasFootwear.com, RebelVision.com, Rebel Vision Television, Pink Chance, go put some views on that. Rebels Roundtable, we'll put some views on that. The Real Sisters Code, coming soon. Well, it's already here, but they about to start. Y'all gonna love the shows they about to do. And I'm glad Sundiata said the Avengers radio joint, because Rebel Radio is coming too. So we about to put out a lot of music. So this is gonna be real good. This is gonna be real powerful. Y'all ain't heard nothing yet. Banger got way more bangers than that. So stay tuned. It's a lot of MCs, a lot of scholarly logic over here. So you're gonna get what you're missing. What we had, the Stretching Barbito, the 12 to 1, you know what I mean, rap hour. You're gonna have to stay up. But the music is gonna be powerful. About powerful brothers and powerful sisters. Salute to our Empress Segment. She just was in the studio with a real powerful platinum artist. I heard the song. That shit is crazy. I'm the stone that the building used. So let me find out. But yeah, yo, peace to the family in the chat. Wardo couldn't be here tonight. D couldn't be here tonight. John couldn't be here tonight. Obasi, they probably somewhere listening. Salute to them brothers. And we gonna check y'all back next Thursday with another banger. And salute to Phoenix Higgins. You can't come through, but you know we had a spot for him. But whenever you're ready, Phoenix, there's much respect. We wanna promote the movie and your whole brand and learn from you. And let's get it popping, because movies is coming, the music is coming, different type of shows, vlogs. We about to just jump on the internet. You're dealing with brothers who kind of swore to never get on the internet. So now we got to get on the internet. That's what Banger was talking about earlier. How do we combat what they hear all day? That means we got to put out the deterrent at that same level. So we gotta step it up. And that's what we about to do. So peace and black motherfucking power to the family. Lick shots at the devil. Black Power Banger, good looking for coming through. Bless you. You know how we do it. He gonna send you the link. But like I said,
that'll work.
Everybody who rhyme on this side got verses for your songs. He just meant he don't literally aim, but by default, he's aiming. So don't get that twisted. There is a target audience for what we do. He's on the roof with it. So he's like, nah. If you smell the food, come and eat. If you don't smell the food, I can't help you. I'm making dinner over here for Mad Peter. So If you better come smell the food and come get you a plate. So y'all the same brother. The music is the same, powerful. What would they call it? Freedom lyrics.
Right. Well,
Y'all
I
both
mean,
got-
whatever you want to call it. You feel me?
yeah, it's all good. It's powerful music that God
Yeah.
loves. You something God love, people. Just know that. The black woman is God. We out of here, man. Yo, bang it.
Salute.
The studio is coming in. We about to start doing a lot of music, so it's
Man, let's
perfect
get
that you
it.
come in there.
Let's get it.
I like that you brought that in because it's about to start. Salute to all the Benzes out there. If y'all watching, listening. Salute to all the goddesses out there that's out there listening. And we check y'all next Thursday at 9 for another episode of Rebels Roundtable. We're trying to get Umar on and RZA Islam. So look out for those two shows too. So those is gonna be real powerful also. So give out your Gmail again, just in case somebody want to get on
blackpowerbanging@gmail.com. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Really get at Rebel and text me or something like that. But we gonna tap in. We're gonna tap in later. But
we gonna put it all together, man.
Matter of fact, hit me with Instagram or on social media. I get that faster. But I gotta start tapping into my Gmails more.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Me too. My Gmail be crazy. I ain't even look. But my point is, we got the music coming, the movies is coming, the new shows are coming, and we're gonna do Flag Day every 2 weeks in a minute. We like Dion, man. We about to get comfortable in this pitch real soon. We about to get comfortable. So we out of here, people. Last words for the family.
You got it.
Get off the internet. How else you think you're gonna find us? We outside. Don't say we ain't warn you. Don't say we ain't tell you. And don't say we ain't send you an invite. Black motherfucking power, man. We out of here.
Black
man.
power.